The World God Only Knows, Episode 6, Season 3, the Shiori episode. First off, I'd like to say I love the episode. Like always, the animation was great, and they followed the manga pretty closely. I love Shiori. She's so shy and has like 90% of her dialogue in her head, and the fact that they're able to give her such a fleshed out character based on almost all internal dialogue is just so good. Sure, she's supposed to fit into the shy librarian trope, which is kind of what the whole series goes for. But in the few episodes she has more character development than almost other shy types I've seen in other animes. Now, here are a few things left out of the anime. Probably the biggest is the whole Haka/Keimo interactions. In this arc, they spend a lot of time together, and you can clearly see that Haka is in love with Keima. But almost all those scenes are left out, which is a shame in my opinion, because I really like Haka. First up, the night scene is gone. In this scene in the manga, it is almost clearly stated that Haka likes Keima, I always mess up his first name. This scene takes place after Haka and Elsie take a bath together, and she tells Elsie how amazing she is. Why they would cut this from the anime is beyond me. The classroom visit is gone. Now, this one isn't really a big deal. Shiori just goes to Katsuguri's class and asks the girl if he's inside. He's not, and she just leaves. The chairman close encounter of the cross-dressing Keima is left out. Again, not really a big deal. Shiori is embarrassed of Keima's cross-dressing and doesn't want anyone else to see her with him. The Shiori index scene is trimmed down to a single line. Kind of a shame, really. It really shows that not only is she able to count everything she's ever read relating to a subject instantly, but she's able to single out parts of the book as well. Nervous Shiori pushing the wig back on Keima's head is left out. I guess it makes sense that this was left out too. I mean, they did cut out the other instance in which she was embarrassed of Katsuguri's cross-dressing. The reference to the girl that he conquered in the ramen shop is left out. This one makes sense too. I mean, they don't really show her conquest in the anime, so no one would really get the joke to the sweet ramen. I can finally see the ending. It's been a while. Not really a difference, just happy they left it exactly the same. Now, the entire scene in which Shiori writes her novel in her room at night is left out, but instead they took parts of it and added it to the library scene. Now, I can understand this cut as well. It's not really needed for the plot, but it's a shame that her monologues and her acting like herself in her room are gone. They cut out a lot of the lines with Haka leaving to her meeting, and instead just replaced it with this. The stop thinking and just write scene pretty much follows the manga, and I think it was done very well. Obviously they didn't add everything exactly from the manga, but they did add a lot. I think the kiss scene was done better in the manga. I liked how it was just kind of him catching Shiori off guard while she reaches for her story, and then kissing her on the cheek, rather than him holding her in her arms and kissing her. And part of Shiori's thoughts are left out after the kiss, but before she sits back down. And that's pretty much everything. It kind of sucks about all the parts of Haka that they left out, but at least for the next 5 episodes we get the Chihori/Ayumi love triangle. I swear, that part of the arc is what made me fall in love with this anime. It's so well done, the story is just great, and the girls are so realistic. Considering how well they handled the previous episodes so far, I'm not really worried that they'll mess them up. But they did cut almost all of Haka's interactions with Keimo, Katsuguri, so you never know.